So I'm back with more answers to sugaring questions, namely 2 questions. How do you warm up the wax or the sugar if you don't have a microwave? So that's question number 1. And then question number 2, how do you keep the sugar from melting on your hands and just being so messy? Anyway, today is Tuesday and we have been closed, unfortunately, in Studio City for 4 weeks. Exactly today, we were able to reopen after 3 months of being closed, just 3 weeks. And in Manila, we were only open for 3 days after a 3-month, actually more than 3-month lockdown. So we're all sugaring at home and we appreciate your support on this. So to answer again the first question, actually, you know what? Let me go through a few things first. So this sugar jar is 24 ounces. It's a soup container, so it can withstand really hot water. We're going to submerge it in the hot water later. But the wax itself is 32 ounces or 2 pounds. And if you notice, I don't know what jar you got, but we tried to fill it up to this line, but we measure the sugar raw. So sometimes it's a little less than that, but they're all the same raw. But cooking time, even if it's the same, because it's the first, second, or third batch, sometimes it comes out different. But if you are a regular waxer like me, this jar will go very far. It could do 20 to 25 Brazilians if you're a regular waxer. But if you're new to sugaring, I would say at least 10 Brazilian waxes with this jar. So it's very economical. And to heat it in a microwave, just remember, you have to take out the lid, because if you heat it with the lid, it's gonna destroy the lid and you won't be able to use it anymore. And then you don't refrigerate. Another way to soften the wax without a microwave is just leave it out in the sun. It should soften in a few minutes. I'm not sure how long, but today I'm going to show you how to soften it with just hot water. So in the Philippines, we do not use microwaves. So what we use is an electric kettle. So every time there's a client, we heat one up, and we have the little small waxes over there, so it's easier to do. We haven't really used it with hot water here, so I'm gonna show you this real time, and hopefully it would work. I already boiled water, and hopefully that's ready. It's not boiling anymore. It's been sitting for about 5 minutes. So I have a little, what do you call this, bowl, mixing bowl, and sugar jar fits very well. So I'm just gonna pour the hot water and we'll time it. Let's see how long it takes. So there's the hot water. I'll just pour it on the side and submerge it a bit. Okay, so the wax is submerged. I would say give it a minute. Let me time 1 minute. Let's see if it's gonna be soft enough. And then I have here cornstarch, because people are asking, how you can make the sugar last longer. Our hands are naturally warm, and there's wet in your body temperature and all that. So to make it last longer, you can apply a bit of cornstarch just on your palms and you rub them together before taking out the wax. So let me see. Actually, it's a bit soft now. It's just, I think, 30 seconds. Oh yeah, we're 20 seconds more. I'll just wait a full minute and I'll get my knife. Just a second. We're gonna demo on my arms because I just ran out of hair on my legs from the last video. Let's see. I already cleansed my arm. So that's 1 minute. I will show you. Okay. So now it is, soft enough. As long as you can squeeze it, it is soft enough. Be very careful because this is hot. You know what? I'm gonna take this out. So I'm using a knife to scoop out the sugar. Yeah, you know what? It is not as soft as the 30 seconds microwave, but it will do. So you just scoop it out. I don't need much. Again, this is just for a demo. So I'm just gonna get a small ball. Yeah, hard. So I think it's best to leave it at least 2 minutes to make it softer. Okay, let's work with this really small ball. And again, to make sure that it doesn't melt so quickly, you can dab cornstarch in your hand. So just a little bit. So before I grab onto the sugar, I have cornstarch already on my hands. And then bunny ears. And the trick is to get the sugar at the tips of your fingers. There you go. So this is kind of hard. I'm gonna get a little water. So again, I just wet my left hand a bit, and I will mix it with the sugar. I don't want it too soft because again, if it's too soft, it's easier to melt. If you're a professional, waxer, you like it soft. But for beginners, I'm guessing most of you are, it would be easier to use a little, like medium soft. Not too hard, but not too soft. So I already cleansed my arm. So we're ready to apply. And it's the same rule. You apply against the growth of the hair and then pull out towards the growth of the hair. So to do that. So my hair grows that way. Hold on. Goes that way. So I'm going to apply. And if you remember from the last video, we spread 3 times. Actually, it's a little bit so it's hard to spread. I should have gotten more and then flick. It's a little too hard for me, so I'm going to add a little more water. So just a little bit, and then we'll spread it again. So the cornstarch did help. If you think it's still like spreading and too sticky and going all over your hand, you can apply more cornstarch either on your arm or the body part you're waxing, or the actual sugar. It's gonna help, but this is okay for me. I've been doing this for a few years, not professionally, but I can manage the sugar now. Make sure it's again at the tips of your fingers, and then you spread. It's easier to spread, as you can see, if it's softer. I should have put more though. It's hard to grab when it's very little. But it tends to become tougher, the sugar, once you spread. You don't really see my hair. I just have baby hairs on my arms. I still remove them. So again, spread 1, 2, 3, and then flip. I think that's clear. So it's the same procedure. Obviously, I can't demo a bikini wax, but you do one side at a time. Again, for coming from if you were standing up, it's gonna you spread up and then pull down. That's the best way I can describe it. So again, apply cornstarch if you feel that your sugar is melting too fast on you, and if it's like spreading all over your hand, don't worry. It really is that way. It took me forever to get it to, stay at the tips of my fingers. So don't be sad. All you need to do is practice. Okay, so I hope this video helped. If you have questions, just post it at the comments below, or DM me. Again, we're very grateful for the business, the patronage that you've been giving us since we've been closed for 4 weeks here in Cebu City. And this is actually all the revenue that we're doing right now while we're closed. In Manila, we're working on a do-it-yourself kit as well, and that's going to come out real soon. Meanwhile, we're sugaring at home. And again, when you see hair, it's time to wave hair. Thank you so much.